Number one, this video is not clickbait. It is not clickbait. Number two, this video is not, much like my channel, is not for anyone under 18. And number three, this video was not planned, to say the least. Now then, I have been with the girl that I've been with since my mid-20s. And it is now my early 30s, going on mid-30s. Comes February 20th, 2020, I will be 33 years old, right? But it just hit me a couple days ago, actually. I'm like, can I still have... Here's the thing. The reason why I don't have a problem with women that have had 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 different partners, provided that they don't give me anything, much less something I can't cure, and they don't bring any kids to me. The reason why I don't have a problem with them is because of my abject whoring in my 20s. In fact, let me look this up. Let's see. I have this here. I have, in my entire life, slept with 29 different women. 29 different women. As to how many times I fucked each one, that's something else. But as far as at least once different women, 29. From my early 20s till now. Okay? And I can prove it, but it's just for legal reasons. I don't want to put their names or phone numbers up, but I can prove it. That's how I was able to look it up right now. But I'm like, you know what? I've been with this girl for a while. Can I still do it? So, what is this? What is the name of this app? I wasn't about to go back to Plenty of Fish or OkCupid or Tinder or any of that, because from what I understand, you have to pay for those. So I found one called Joy Ride. Okay, Joy Ride. So I signed up for it. It seemed free enough and all of that, and whatever. Let me just see if I can still do it. And I've been on it for a couple of days now. And so, and I've been getting success. Now, I haven't met anybody because I'm with who I'm with, and this was just to see if I could still get it. It's not to actually meet up with anybody. That and the vast majority of people that I would meet up with if I wanted to, they're across the country or across the planet, as is usually the case. Even with the other apps that I no longer want to use. But a very interesting thing happened just now, and we're going to go through it. And I told you the title was not clickbait, and I meant that. So here we go. And at the end of this, I am going to have my thoughts. Now, it's going to be dead silence for a little bit. I'm going to let you all read this. I'm going to take about 10 seconds, or what I believe is 10 seconds. Or more, for you to read each picture that I saw, because I took screenshots of this shit. And we're gonna go through it. Here we go. Actually, it's not gonna be dead solid. So, here you are. And for anybody that for whatever reason can't read it, I guess I'll have to read it off, but you see her face here, and you see her screen name, and it says down here, I'm actually 11. It says 19, but I'm actually 11. And I'm thinking to myself, she knows English and Korean. I didn't even see that. And yeah, sure she does. I wonder if she's one of those weebos. So you see this, right? Let's keep going. Here's the full picture of her. Don't know her real name, and trust me, it doesn't matter. Let's get started. My first comment to her, 11, really? Nice try, but if you actually were, I dare say your profile would have long since gotten flagged by now. No one on here is trying to have that kind of speed bump in the way. It's funny though, nice trolling skills. Now then, 19, i.e. legal, what's up? Okay. She sends me this picture. She then says, I'm 11. My birthday is December 27th, 2007 at 11 a.m. And let's go to the next one. That's the full picture of her that she sent me through the app. We did not exchange phone numbers. To which point I say, quote, sweet motherfuck, what the hell are you doing, bitch? And of course it's quote unquote censored. Back to it, quote, there are better way, whoops, spelt there wrong. But there are better ways to get people fucked up out here. Now I gotta stop Chris Hansen and crew from drop kicking my door. Fucking H, which is in caps. While we're here, a few questions. One, why? Meaning, why do this when you know good and goddamn well that you have to be 18? Two, what is the breakdown of males and females that still try to get your pussy? Then I then say, quote, should be interesting considering society swears only males are pedophiles, so the female pedophiles, especially those in all-girls schools, are free to drink, quote unquote, if you know what I mean, until full, with zero fear of getting caught. To which point she says, my mom allowed me to. This is pretty much all I needed to say right here. But anyway, you see it. My mom allowed me to. She then also says, and plus, it's none of your business. I'm sorry to be rude, but like what? I don't know what it is with people just saying stuff as though they made some salient point. You know, like those people that trail off and say, blah, 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 blah. So, and then it's like, so what? But she just said, to be rude, but like. Okay. I thought my girl woke up. To which point I say, your, quote, your mom. Wow. Why should I be surprised in today's day and age? I still think it's a sting operation because I honestly don't think the worst parent humanly possible would allow this. Just in case you're serious, though, good luck to you. You'll need it. You will need it. I wonder what Dad has to say about this, assuming he even knows. But between you and your mom as to how neither one of you saw the problem with you being on here, I don't know. I think I can guess the answer to number 2. I won't report your page. Hell, if you don't care about your safety and neither does your parents, why should I? Have a nice life. To which point she then replies to me, you too. And that's the end of it. All right? That's the end of it. This pretty much only needs to be the end of the video right here, but there's going to be a few things to this. Number 1, actually, you know what, in no particular order of importance. I could only imagine what I would do, and I have imagined what I would do if I had a daughter and she went and did some shit like this. I would beat her, not to death, but I would leave her maimed for life. And then to find out that her mother allowed her to do that, she too would get beaten and maimed for, not killed, but beaten and maimed for life. They would both be permanently crippled. Of course, yes, I would go to jail, but something tells me I would get respect in jail once they found out that I went in there for beating the shit out of my daughter and my daughter's mother because they essentially put her / herself in a position to be what do you call that? Not pedophiled? Whatever. Something tells me they would realize what a good father I would have been in doing that. All right? So there's that. The next thing. I still think this was a sting operation. That's just my default reaction, but part of me wants to think that it's not. And that part of me that wants to think that it's not a sting operation, and this really is the case, is what leads to what I'm about to say now. To all the pedophiles and, hebophiles? The ones that have attraction to teenagers, not post-puberty, not pre-puberty. Post-puberty, but still underage. It's not pedophiles. That's for pre-puberty. Hebephile, whatever the correct term is. You all can go look it up. Guess what, people? And there's a documentary on Netflix about this. Or at least there was at one point. I don't know if it's still here. That too is a sexual, orientation or sexual preference or something. And let's be honest, unless you're going to be a fucking hypocrite, LGBT, I'm looking at you, society, you will have to accept them. You will. That is a sexual preference. That is they were born that way. No hate. Who are you to judge? All that beautiful bullshit business. You will have to accept them or be a hypocrite. Because I don't really see what's so fucking special about LGBT that they get acceptance, but all the other sexual orientations, short of straight, don't. Right? This bitch knew, she's 11, she knew what she was doing. This argument about how she can't consent, I'm not accepting that anymore. Hell, I remember when I was 11, in like, what that was in middle school and stuff, I saw girls in middle school getting picked up. I mean, they were usually white, but getting picked up, well, one Asian girl also, but whatever, getting picked up by guys that were not. How do you know? I'm not playing this dumbass game with you. They were not related to those girls. Those girls did not come from a culture where it might have been normal to kiss people quickly on the mouth. You know, like when some people give like their kids a little kiss on the mouth real quick, you know. Those girls did not come from those cultures, and the kiss doesn't stay on there. Well, that's what I saw. These dudes picking these girls up in sports cars, kissing them on the mouth for seconds. These girls were in 11th grade. 11 years old. I saw that when I was 11. I'm 32 now. This girl here and numerous other girls her age, most if not all of them, know full and good and goddamn well what the hell they're doing. Okay? And despite what the law wants to say, they have the wherewithal to know what the hell they're doing. You're not about to tell me that somebody who knows how to engineer an escape plan to sneak out, engineer having a change of clothes around the corner, going out to some club, getting fake IDs, doing whatever, hooking up with some dudes that are like twice their age, and they're underage / grossly underage, then come back, sneak back in, and their parents don't know. I've seen that happen. I have seen that happen at various stages. Right? You're not about to tell me they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the mental capacity to consent to sex. All right? You're not, no. They know what the fuck they're doing, despite what the law wants to say, which now leads us to another thing. Who is to say when somebody has the mental ability, faculties, or whatever to consent to sex? You want to know who? Nature. And you know when nature says that it's all right to do that? When they go through puberty. You might want to ask yourself why it is then that most, if not all religions, but certainly the big three, we all know what they are, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, have 13 as the age that you become an adult. There's none of this teens bullshit. You might want to look this up. Where did teens come from? I mean, yes, there's teens in numbers, yes, but as far as human development and human life cycle, where the hell did teens come from? No. A short time ago, it was kid, then adult. And we still see this nowhere more than in the Jewish faith, religion, whatever you want to call it, belief system. 13, you're a man, you're a woman, right? Despite what the law says. How interesting it is that same 13, which I believe Islam also shares, and I believe also Christianity, and probably a bunch of other religions, happens to more or less coincide with the time when puberty starts. Huh. Before puberty, everything's off limits, even in the animal kingdom. Baby animals that haven't gone through the equivalent of puberty yet are off limits, right? But after puberty, they're good to go, right? So I'm not about to sit here and play dumb like oh my gosh, she didn't know what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And she also said, and who knows if she's lying. Something tells me her parents don't know, but she's just saying that. Who knows? Oh, she has the wherewithal to lie like that. She can consent to sex, okay? In today's day and age, where females from womb, gay or straight, are being told that sex with men, with heterosexual men especially, is also bad and also wrong, and despite the fact that nature says it's okay, you can't tell me this bitch here looks like she got the feminist indoctrination. You just can kind of just sense it off her. You can just smell it through the screen, right? You can just smell that shit through the screen like a used tampon, or like a freaking menstrual cycle, and she didn't clean herself up. Like, you can just smell the feminist indoctrination off her through the fucking screen. Shit. Right? So you're not about to tell me, oh my god, she's just some angelic virgin victim. She does not know. No. 13. Or, doesn't have to be 13. Some go through puberty much later. Some go through it much earlier. When nature, not man, decides is when it's good to go. However, we do have to follow the laws of man. And, perfect fucking example. The age of consent. If it really fucking mattered, why in the hell is it not universal across the planet, or at the very least across countries? Here in the United States, depending on what state you are, it can be 16, it can be down to, I think, 13. What, was it West Virginia that has it at 13? Or Wyoming? The point is, they're different ages. Why? So you're telling me at 11:59 and 59 seconds, the day before your 18th birthday, the second before your 18th birthday, you can't consent to sex, and oh my god, you're underage and you don't know. But 1 second later, all of a sudden, what happens exactly that makes you now fully cognizant, fully aware? Why 18? Ask yourself. If you can't figure it out, go ask somebody else. Why 18? Why not 17? Why not 19? Hell, didn't Donald Trump just change in some defense bill or whatever the hell? Didn't he just change the smoking age to 21 now? Or something like that? If I remember Twitter right. Change the smoking age. I don't know what the hell that has to do with defense, but change the smoking age to 21. Why 18? Why is anything below 18 underage? Why not below 21? Why not below 30? Questions that one and all should ask themselves. However, the last part I'll say about this is this. I'm not worried about the NAMBLAs and whatever the female version of NAMBLA is. Anybody doesn't know what NAMBLA is? NAMBLA. Go look it up. Because when it comes down to it, for whatever you want to say about that, at least, it's still human. I'm worried about the people. I'm not worried about anything. I'm looking at the ones that are going to come after these people start demanding their rights, especially with kids, quote unquote, kids like this, showing this level of awareness, of cognition. I don't know what you want to call it. It's the motherfuckers after them, the ones that have a sexual predisposition or a sexual preference or a sexual whatever to interspecies relations, if you know what I mean. Simply put, the ones that want to fuck animals, bestiality, the ones that want to fuck animals, those are the ones. And yes, they are here. They are here, and they are even more marginalized than the pedophiles. They do exist, and there's more of them than anybody I think is going to admit to. They are all going to want their rights. They're all going to want their freedoms to whatever. And you know what? Let's just be honest right now. They're going to fucking get it. It's going to be either slow, gradual adjustment or fast, swift adjustment. They will get it. The same way LGBT got it. Especially with the way things are going now, with people are so freaking weird and warped in the head. Physically, they're fine, but from a hardware standpoint, the physical body, they're fine. But from a software standpoint, their mind, they're fucking corrupted. They're fucking warped. Viruses everywhere. Viruses, worms, Trojans, everywhere. Mentally. Right? Considering all the fucking deviation, those motherfuckers, the pedophiles, hellophiles, whatever the hell are the files, as well as the bestiophiles, they are going to want the freedoms that LGBT has gotten. You can't say anything about those alphabet motherfuckers, right? They're gonna want it too. Sooner or later, actually it might be later rather than sooner, but eventually they're going to want it and they're gonna get it. The same way LGBT got it. There is no fucking genetic anything to legitimize LGBT. So you might want to ask yourself why it is that they're accepted now. Well, the reason why they're accepted now is because, what was it, 1974 or 75? 74, the DSM-4. Anybody doesn't know what the DSM is for psychology, go look it up. The DSM-4 ruled being gay, what is it, LGBT, being gay, homosexual rather, let's just say that, homosexual, as a mental disorder. The DSM-5, it's not. Again, there's no genes for it. Well, there's no genes for being straight either. Well, yeah, but being straight is the only thing that makes sense. Logical, natural, biological sense. Don't believe me? Not being straight doesn't even work in fiction. Feel free to go ask the Amazons about that. Found out real quick that their numbers are going to die off. They keep saying fuck men. And they realize they have to get on their back and say fuck me, man. Right? Being heterosexual is the only thing that makes sense from a natural standpoint. It's the only thing that's not biologically self-negating. So, doesn't need to be any genes for it. It's the default of nature. LGBT makes no fucking sense from an evolutionary standpoint. Biologically self-negating, right? So, why is it that they're no longer thought of as a mental disorder? Not because science proved it. It's because the LGBT community back in the 70s or 80s or whenever the hell it changed from DSM-4 to DSM-5, they dumped a shit ton of money in the psychology industry. A shit ton. And so, it is now no longer classified as that. Well, all these other two need to do, the ones that believe that the Greeks were right, the ancient Greeks that Western civilization likes to praise so much, they had no problem fucking with little kids. None. Feel free to go look that up if you don't believe me. And since the Western world wants to hail, oh my God, Greek, oh, the Greek civilization, advanced civilization, Greeks, they loved kids. They had no problem fucking kids. And apparently it was expected. It wasn't even accepted. It was expected that you were going to be messing with some kids. Yeah. Those different files are going to want their rights. And they're going to get it. And they can do it the way LGBT did it. Or they can slowly wait until People apply the same logic they're applying to everything else. Wait a minute. Well, who are you to judge? Well, that's a sexual preference or a sexual orientation too. Well, no hate. Well, we have to be all inclusive. Because if you don't, well, then they can turn around and be like, how come you're accepting these people? I mean, forget the bestiophiles over there, but you know what? We're trying to bang kids, but at least we're still trying to bang humans. Like, what the hell are they doing? Like, I like this 8-year-old girl. At least it's still straight, but theirs make no sense. How come you're accepting them and not us? Welcome to the Pandora's box that's been opened with this foolishness. Enjoy. Later.